My name is Sathiya Sam. I'm a recovered porn addict. I was addicted to porn for 15 years. I eventually figured out how to get free, and I thought everything ended there. And then I realized I had no confidence to actually fulfill any of my dreams or actually do what I wanted to do in life now that I was free. And I had to figure out how to build a confidence. What does confidence really look like? And I discovered that a lot of the knowledge out there about confidence is wrong. It's about standing with your shoulders back and being jacked and speaking with authority. But that just didn't work for me. I didn't feel like that actually helped me feel good about myself and actually confident. And so I had to work really hard to figure out what makes somebody actually confident from the inside out. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. Few things matter more for a man of faith than having confidence. Because the reality is, when you and I lack confidence, we don't take risks in life, which means we're not growing. We play small. We stay stagnant. We start to question ourselves. And if low confidence stays around long enough, you'll actually fall into depression and into anxiety because your life will stall and you won't know what you need to do to actually move forward again. Now, I know this not only from personal experience, but I'm actually an addiction recovery coach. I've been able to leverage my story and my education and all the experience I've had helping guys over the years into a full-fledged coaching practice that has helped thousands of guys quit porn addiction in the last few years. And the interesting thing is, once guys quit pornography, they run into the very same problem that I mentioned in my own story, which is that they're free of the addiction, but they still don't fully know how to actually be confident and what that means and what it looks like for them to step into all their dreams. Now, I want to ask you, do you have some dreams in your life? Do you have some goals in your life? Do you have a vision for where your life could be and where you want to go? I guarantee you that the biggest thing that's stopping you from getting there is your confidence. If you were more confident, you would get there a lot faster. And so what I'm going to show you today is a framework that we've developed to serve really our clients once they quit pornography addiction, but it's going to serve you as well, whether you're getting yourself out of an addiction, whether you're out of an addiction, or maybe addiction isn't part of your story, and in general, you just want to be more confident and you want to move as quickly as you possibly can towards your goals. I'm going to help you do that today with this framework. Now, before I show you the framework in its entirety, I want to ask you a question. Who is the most confident person that you know personally? Okay, not celebrities or people that you see online, but who is somebody that you have a personal relationship that you can say that person is really confident? Now, let me ask you, would you say that that confident person has achieved something in their life? Would you say that they have maybe healthy relationships or they've accomplished something in their careers? Maybe financially they're doing well. Spiritually, they seem to be really strong and really stable. I can guarantee you that if you find the most confident person that you know personally, and you follow them around long enough, you will see that they're also very successful in their life, in the areas that matter the most to them. And that's because confidence and success always go hand in hand. If you lack confidence, it is very, very difficult for you to accomplish your goals. It's going to be very difficult for you to reach your God-given potential. You will always be stunted as long as you lack confidence. And conversely, on the flip side, if you're willing to put in some effort and actually develop confidence, I can tell you that the sky is the limit for you. Now, let me ask you another question about your friend that you identified earlier who's really confident. When you think about that person 10 years from now, do you think their life is going to get better or worse? It's probably going to get better. Do you think it's going to get better exponentially or just a little bit? Well, when I think about the most confident person I know in my life, I can tell you that guy 10 years from now is going to be crushing it in ways that I probably can't even fathom right now. This is what confidence does for you. And I have really good news for you. If you apply the framework that I'm going to show you today, that can be you. Your friends and your peers, when they get asked, hey, who's the most confident person that you know? They're going to start thinking about you if you apply this thing correctly. Now, this framework was birthed because, like I said, we had a lot of clients quitting pornography and they needed help building their confidence so they could build their life back. But before I actually started using this framework with them, I tested it with my staff first. And I actually started by just asking them a really simple question. I said, okay, think of the areas in your life where you are confident right now. Whether that's, I don't know, your typing speed or playing a sport, or maybe it's a bigger thing like finances. I'm really confident with my finances. Where do you currently feel confident? So they start to list their areas. And then I ask them, why are you confident in this area? And this question was a lot harder for them to answer. But the one thing they all said, there were some different reasons, but they all had this one thing in common in what they wrote down. They practiced it and they repeated it enough until they were confident. In other words, when they started, they were not confident, but they had something encouraging them, whether it was a guide, maybe it was a YouTube mentor like myself, in this video you're watching. There was something that was motivating them to try it again. And after they did it repeatedly enough, they start to feel confident. So when I show you this framework, I have to just warn you, this is not a quick fix, but if you practice this framework and you practice it again and again and again, you will become confident very quickly. And as we mentioned, once you start to increase in your confidence, you'll also start to increase in your success. Okay, so let's get into the framework. Confidence comes from 3 A's. Now, the first A is alignment. So this is what a lot of people get wrong about confidence. They think it's all about what is seen, right? So the way you stand and your posture and talking in a deep voice and looking people in the eyes and, having an authority and a presence. Maybe even you need to dress better so that you feel confident in yourself. Now, I'm not saying these things don't contribute to confidence, because from a male perspective, they 100% do. What I'd like to suggest to you, though, is these are like little 2% solutions, okay? Real confidence comes first from alignment. And alignment is an inside-out approach. The idea is the way that I live my life is aligned with my convictions and my beliefs. Now, this is why quitting pornography addiction is so important for feeling confident. Because if you have a secret addiction behind closed doors, you can present yourself the way you want in whatever way you want. But that lack of alignment is seriously going to affect just how confident you really will be. And people can sense that. They can sense when you're fake confident, you're kind of trying to present the facade, but you're actually insecure, versus real confidence, which is if you could do whatever you want. You can look at the finest detail of my life and you will see that I am living more or less aligned. And of course, nobody's perfect, but you get what I mean. That day to day, generally speaking, you are living by the convictions and the beliefs that you possess, and that when you steer away from them, you get back on track. Alignment. This is where confidence starts. Now, it doesn't stop here. You could live an aligned life. That doesn't automatically make you confident. We need other things, okay? The second thing that we need is affirmation. Affirmation. So I want you to, again, let's go back to an area in your life where you are already confident. Okay, now maybe you're a 3 out of 10 confident or you're 10 out of 10. Doesn't matter, but an area of your life where you're confident. I guarantee you, somewhere along the way, you got affirmation for that skill or that ability or that quality. I remember as a little boy, anytime that I would play the piano, we had like a little keyboard that would sit in our house. Anytime I played it, I always got a comment from my dad. He loved hearing me play the piano. He was a piano player himself, and he affirmed that ability within me. And to this day, I still play piano. I'm very involved in my church, and I usually play there at least once a month. And I still have my dad's affirming voice in the back of my head when I play the piano. It's impacted me that much. And it's given me confidence. It's given me the confidence to show up there. I've played in front of thousands of people, and I love it, and I enjoy it, and I have fun with it, and I don't really get nervous for it anymore. I'm confident in it, but it's all because from a very young age, I got affirmation in this area. Now, if there's an area where you're like, well, I don't have anybody in my life who's affirming me, or I don't know how to get affirmation in that area, you need to start looking for it. So you need to start finding those people. You need to get a coach in your corner, somebody who's going to see your progress, see what you're doing, and affirm it. And I'm telling you, with that reinforcement, with that affirmation, your confidence can really, really improve. And every guy is going to be different. For some people, affirmation is the thing they need. I'm actually that guy. Affirmation is very, very valuable for me. For other guys, this is going to be helpful, but it's possible that maybe the next thing is actually going to be more valuable, and that is accomplishment. Okay? Long-term accomplishment in particular is incredibly powerful for confidence building. See, you can be aligned in your lifestyle, you can get affirmation from people, but if it doesn't lead to anything notable or worthy, then, your confidence is going to wane. It's going to be capped at a certain extent. You have to have some accomplishment to back it up. So another example is I was very academic. I skipped a grade and I was a university researcher before I even turned 20 years old, over 5 figures in research grants. And that kind of accomplishment actually gave me a sense of, I'm good at this. I know what I'm doing when I'm in the classroom. So that is what it looks like to build real confidence. It starts on the inside with alignment. It expands to affirmation from the people around you and eventually leads to accomplishment. And I'm telling you, if you can get this thing going in a cycle, your confidence can pick up really quickly and your life can turn around pretty dramatically. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or whether this made sense to you, or if you want to go give it a shot, and then you can let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about that. And make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.